Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. We are here back on the roads using full self-driving beta. This is almost coming up on 3 weeks of testing for me. I am taking the car to a destination here, just turned full self-driving beta on, and we're going to see if it can take me all the way there without any interventions. That is the goal of every single video here. So hopefully it can do it here today. Bear in mind that full self-driving beta is not complete. It can make mistakes. I am in charge at all times and can take over at a moment's notice. And here comes a car right now trying to turn left, and they are going to turn left, and I'm giving them a little bit of space. My car is kind of hanging out in the middle of the road, and now there's another car coming, but my goodness, it really didn't give much space for anyone to come in, but that guy didn't seem to mind, so that's a good thing. All right, and we are off. All right, here we go. Coming up to this red light. Let's see if it stops. Okay, there is a car coming, and it does see them. Very good. So it's stopping. There's nobody behind me. All right. Nice. And accelerating through here, and it's 40, bumping it up to 45. So the speed limit is 40, but it's going up to 45. Okay, there we go. So I just bumped it up to 72. Somebody is coming up behind me, and it's gonna have to get in the right. Okay, there we go. Got in the right. No problem there. Okay, so there's a car passing me on the left, and then it's getting in the left lane all by itself. It does need to stay in this lane or any lane to the left. Actually, it needs to get over one more lane here. Okay, it's trying. Waiting for this little van or this bus to pass here. Okay, great. All right, so if you know me, you know that I really don't like to be behind buses, trucks, semi-trucks, or any large vehicles. So this actually is getting old very quickly for me. It's moving into the left lane all by itself into a faster lane, which is great. But yes, I'm going to bump it up past 60. Usually I'm going 70 plus on this highway. Okay, and it's changing lanes into a faster lane. Interesting that it takes the right lane to go past these people. So I'm curious to hear what everybody's doing for Thanksgiving weekend coming up. Are you taking any time off? Are you extending it through the week? Or are you just taking Thursday and Friday off? Also, Black Friday. I'm curious if you guys are Black Friday shoppers. Anybody have anything that's on their wish list? I won't be buying it for you, by the way. But this year, it might be slim pickings as far as availability of products, but I'm sure the stores will still be wanting to sell more stuff, so I'm sure it's going to be still happening. Black Friday is always a really big thing here in the United States. Okay, an upcoming lane change. Here we go, changing lanes to follow route. We're getting in the right lane. We're going to have to get off here at North Avenue, and then it looks like we're going to go left after we get off this exit. So for anybody that's new to this channel, this is full self-driving beta software, and it is completely autonomous. In other words, the car is doing everything all on its own, as long as that blue steering wheel icon is illuminated. And I am not doing anything on the steering wheel. You do need to provide feedback on the steering wheel every so often. I'd say every 20 to 30 seconds, you do need to provide a little bit of feedback just so the car knows that you are still there. And then as far as the brake pedal and the accelerator, the only time I'm using that is when I need to disengage or intervene. And other than that, the car is doing everything all on its own. So here we are turning left. It did get into the left turn lane really nicely. So previously with Navigate on Autopilot or the base package with Autopilot, it would never know which lane to get off on. I mean, it would get onto the exit lane, would get off the highway, but it would never know which one to get in as far as the left or right. So this is definitely new. As you noticed, as soon as we got into this area, the visualization changed and it expanded to take up more of the screen. One thing that's interesting right now is that my left blinker is not on. Everybody else around me does have theirs on. And now it turns on here. Okay, we're going to see how it does here. A little bit jerky there. And it's getting into the far left lane, which is not correct. Let's see if it can correct itself. Really risking it here. Okay, there's nobody behind, but wow, it's really slow getting over. Yeah, that is a little bit of a problem. Should not have done that. If somebody was right behind me, I never would have let the car do what it just did right there. So we got a little bit lucky there. Car should not have gotten in those left turn lanes. That was definitely not the right thing to do. So the GPS is routing me to go all the way down here and then come back, and it's really not the best way to go. So I am going to have to take over here. Actually, I just missed it. So we should have gone left there, to be honest with you. That's really the best way in. But we're going to follow this anyway and see if it can make this U-turn. I've never seen the car do a U-turn before, so this should be interesting. Getting in the left lane and slowing down out of caution. So here you can see this sign. It says on green arrow only. You can go left or do a U-turn. So it is allowed here. It says here, please assist now, unable to complete maneuver. And it's turning the right turn signal on, which is very strange. Not sure. So even though it says it's unable to complete maneuver, I'm going to see if it can anyway. This is a first for me. I've never seen that message show up before. I don't know why it's turning the left blinker on. I'm going to try to cancel out of that. So it is still engaged, and we still have the destination in, and the GPS is showing that it has to turn all the way around. And ooh, it's trying to get out of this. Wow, I don't know what it's doing. Okay, wow. Yeah, that was not right. It just, it stopped there and it was green light. I don't know why it did that. So, now, it's doing some really strange, yeah, not good. So, you know, very disappointing today. This is not the way it should be going. A cool dual motor Model Y in front of me. But, you know, I really wish it could handle these things better. This is not that difficult. Okay, it's a green arrow. Takes off right away. Very good. There's two cars in back of me. Doing that very nicely. It's going to have to get in the far right lane now. Okay, anytime now. Needs to start going. Come on. Wow, late to change lanes. That is definitely a trend. And it needs to change lanes yet again. So we're lucky because there's not much traffic behind us. Okay, right here, and no turn signal. Okay, now it turns the turn signal. Really late on the turn signals as well. Well, there are two things that I really don't like. Those are my biggest pet peeves, is it turns the turn signal on too late and it changes lanes too late. If they can improve those two things, I'll be much, much happier. Okay, and we're going to see if it can pull into this parking lot here. Sees all these cars parked on the side of the road. And up here, it's a very crowded parking lot, it looks like. Oh, that's the next parking lot. Ooh, okay. Yep, okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, we're here. So, no problems except for a couple interventions. Thankfully, no disengagements. I should have disengaged to get it here a little bit quicker. Could have saved 5 minutes, but overall, not too bad. I'd give that drive probably a B- overall, maybe a C. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and it's in the left turn lane. It should turn on the left blinker or left turn signal. And as soon as this light turns green, we will be on our way. Okay, now we do need to get over to the right. It's doing it fairly quickly. Nice. I would give that an A. That wasn't bad at all. And it is a red light here. There's a line. Hopefully, ooh. So I'm going to let it go. It just went on red light. Okay, whatever. So the car behind me went as well on that red light. But technically the car should have stopped there. And accelerating onto the on-ramp here. And then you'll see here in any second this is going to disappear. So this is the visualization for full self-driving, but in a minute here it should change. I'm surprised it hasn't changed already, to be honest with you. There we go. So now it changes. So you can see that the display gets smaller on the left. Now we've exited out of the street mode. And this is what they consider the other software stack. So we're in the highway driving mode, or the navigate on autopilot mode. So we've got 2.5 miles to go here before we reach the next interstate. And when we get off at this interstate, the car has made mistakes before. And that was back with 10.3.1. I have not tested this with 10.4 yet. So we're going to see how it handles this exit. So when we come up to it, you're going to observe that there are 2 left turn lanes. And what it needs to do is stay in the right left turn lane and then keep going straight. But what happens is it every time it stays in the far left one, or it's done this, it's been 50-50. So sometimes it will stay in the left, other times it will stay in the right. It really technically needs to be in the right because the next turn is a right turn. But as it goes through the turn, part of the time that I've tested this, it actually tries to get onto like another ramp. It goes in the wrong area. This has been a trend I've noticed. When you get off of highways and it turns left, it does not get out of those left turn lanes because a lot of times the highway will wrap itself around so you can get back on the highway going the other way. And a lot of times it will try to do that by accident when it really needs to stay, in the far right lane to get away from the highway. And I don't know why it does that, but that has been definitely a trend I've noticed. So we're going to see how it handles it with 10.4, and hopefully it has improved. But I have not seen any incremental improvements through the routes that I've been taking continuously. At least not yet. So I don't know how many iterations of the software it takes to see those improvements. When I first got the software, I thought it would improve pretty rapidly, and it would take that feedback into account, but it's not doing that, and that surprised me because I thought the neural net, as they call it, I thought it was a lot smarter and it could adapt itself, but that's not happening. So, and it's not that that's a big deal, it's just not what I expected. I had thought that the software was more intelligent, I guess. Okay, and there we go, turning right. So it did that all on its own. Recognized it had to get in this right exit. Okay, and right here it needs to turn right. There we go. Nicely done. No issues there. And coming up here, this is where we have the 2 left turn lanes. Let's see how it does. Okay, so there it's turning its right blinker on. Ooh, a lot of debris in the road. Yikes. They just repaved this. Okay. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. Oh, so it's doing weird stuff again. Okay, so this is where it screwed up, and it's doing it again. See, now it's getting in the far left. This is not right. Okay, it needs to go all the way. I'm going to let it do it. There's nobody behind me, but that is so bad. It really needs to get out of the habit. It's done that twice today. Really not good. I don't understand why it screws up like that. So that's a problem. That's definitely a problem, and that's twice in the same day that's happened now. You guys, that's not good. They really got to fix that. Report that. I don't know if reporting it helps, but anything I can do to help them out, I'll do. Okay, here we go, turning right. This part, no problem. So as you can see, very strange, right? It doesn't stay in its lane almost. It doesn't even see the lines on the road or something. It really doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so we have arrived, and that completes today's drive. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. Your support is very much appreciated. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. Hope to see you on the next video, and until then, have a great Thanksgiving.